Now, welcome back. Let's bring you an update now from the sports desk. And of course, the focus today is solely on the SAFA elective Congress. I mean, of course, there is the Currie Cup final as well. But here is something that essentially is going to change the landscape of South African football going forward. The Congress will go ahead as planned today, and that is despite death threats received by two delegates. The incumbent Danny Jordaan, his deputy Mayor Ledwaba, and Mahlobeng will be facing off for the top job. Those elections set to be held at the Sandton Convention Centre in Johannesburg, and there is our reporter Tepo Tobani, who's joining us, of course, to look ahead to the Congress. Tepo, a very good morning to you. So, of course, the outcome is essentially what all South Africans care about, what South African football fans care about. They wouldn't want to know how it is we're going to get to the outcome of who's going to be leading South African football. So maybe just try and talk to us about what we're going to essentially find by the end of today's Congress.
Good morning, Morena. Yes, we are here at the Sandton Convention Centre. It's a big day, like you said in your intro, for the South African Football Association in terms of their elections, particularly looking at who is going to be the president. Will Danny Jordaan continue or go for his third term, or will we see Mahlobeng, or will we see the Vice President Ledwaba becoming the next president? Well, as you can see behind me, delegates are here at the Convention Centre, slowly going inside there. In fact, they are scheduled to start, the elections are scheduled to start at 10 o'clock. With me, I'm joined by the SAFA CEO, to tell us more about these elections. Thank you so much for your time, CEO. Firstly, I mean, there were a lot of concerns. You guys have been to court. There were issues to try and stop these elections from happening. I'm sure you are relieved that finally they are going ahead.
Look, we are happy that the Congress is going ahead for members to choose their preferred leaders. Of course, you know, in a democratic country like ours, everyone has the right to go to court. We have went to court and we have put our statements there, and at the end of the day, the three challenges to interdict were dismissed on lack of agency. So we are happy that we are here now and ready to continue with the Congress.
CEO, yesterday, Danny Jordaan held his press conference to tell us about his plans to, as if he's voted to go ahead as the president. But there were issues, controversies, like death threats being issued against some of the delegates. Today, in terms of security, what have you done to make sure that there is no issues of concern in terms of safety?
Look, we have put security in place, and as I'm told there are people who are trying to push their way in, and we condemn such violent act. Let football people decide, and if you are not happy, like you have gone to court, you can still go to court and say, I'm not happy with 1, 2, 3, but respect the law. We are not going to allow any situation which goes to be an anarchic situation. And it's just said that it's happening for the first time. I've joined SAFA 10 years ago. It's happening for the first time. And even if you say I'm the right candidate, it can't be that you use violence for people to understand you are a right candidate. Let the process unfold, and let those who are not happy for any reason go and seek remedy from the right bodies. You cannot come and try and block a Congress. You have many avenues, as I said. In a democratic country, you can go to court, you can go through the football structures. And by the way, FIFA and CAF are here to observe these elections. And we really believe that they should go on, and if there are any issues, people have right to raise them, but in a more respectable way.
Thank you so much, CEO. Morena, you've heard it for yourself. I mean, the elections are about to go on. Yes, there were issues of safety, but the CEO is assuring us that everything will go ahead as planned.
Now, just Tepo, before we let you go, I mean, if you can maybe explain to us the length of period whoever is going to be elected SAFA president will be for, and I mean, when we can expect the next elections, because I think I would imagine a lot of people, as you said yourself in your chat with Tebogo, that it's almost as if Danny Jordaan has rested on the surety that he's going to be re-elected for a third term. So there will be those people who perhaps do not want him there, you know, saying that what exactly is it going to take for him to be removed? So when then can we expect the next elections should Danny Jordaan be put in for a third term?
A very good question, Morena. I mean, as you say, a lot of, we saw, in fact, let's go back to Ledwaba. She tried to have a press conference, but she was barred from hosting that press conference because she was not cleared, especially by the South African Football Association, to be an electoral candidate for the presidential elections. Then, after she was cleared by SAFA's governing body, that's when she got out to say she told us her plans that she's going to want to focus on the development side in school sport. That was a key manifesto. And then you look at Soli Mahlobeng, another presidential candidate. We do not know much about him. He did not have any campaign whatsoever. And on the eve of the elections, we have the current president holding his elective campaign. It's interesting. I want to answer you by saying that because it's almost like he knows that he's going to be voted, because the people that are going to be voting are the regions. SAFA has 52 regions, so it's like it's a one-horse race, really. We do not expect any surprises in terms of who is going to win. We expect, as it stands, Danny Jordaan to reign supreme yet again for his third term. He's searching for a third term.
Tsepo, we'll leave it there with you for now, but of course we'll definitely be catching up with you throughout the course of today as the elections do continue. But thank you very much. That is our reporter, Tsepo Tobane, who is out at the Sandton Convention Centre. He was just in conversation with the SAFA Chief Executive Officer, Advocate Tebogo Motlanthe. Of course, as he was walking away, you would imagine he was going into one of the rooms where all of these proceedings will be taking place. We do understand, at least as far as our conversation with Hloni Mtimkulu a little earlier on, that everything should be getting underway at 11 o'clock, but then Tsepo did somewhat correct us to say things actually will be beginning at 10 o'clock. We do hope to find out exactly who it is that's going to be leading South African football for the next couple of years by the end of today. Will it be Danny Jordaan, the incumbent? Will it be Ledwaba, the vice president, who in fact is not even involved in the National Executive Committee anymore? Or will it be Soli Mahlobeng, the SAFA president in the Tshwane region? We will know all of that, at least we hope, by the end of today. And Tsepo Tobane will be bringing us blow by blow, of course, updates as we lead up to that final result.